Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use the MLA pre-formatted document that I have provided for you in this class. I'm going to show you how to adapt the document to your needs in this class. Some of you might be in English 1001, some of you might be in History 1003 or History 1001, some of you might be in Theater 1020, some of you might be in Philosophy 1000. The changes I'll show really will apply to any class. Making the changes are fairly easy. So let's begin by pointing out that this document is pre-formatted to Times New Roman in 12 point. Also, the default formatting for margins in most word processors is 1 inch. So you can see that here and here. You can see that here, and you can see that down here. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about how to use this. Obviously, if your name is John Smith, then there's a step that you don't have to worry about. However, if your name is not John Smith, you're going to need to change the name, and you're going to need to change the name up here with the page number. So let's begin with the page number. I've already inserted this. You can, if you're ever needing to create a document from scratch, you would do that by clicking on the Insert button and going to the page number, selecting the appropriate location and type of the page number, and then inserting it. But since I already have provided a name, all you have to do is to double click on the upper field here. There we go, the header field. Then you should just be able to double click here and change the name. And now the name is changed. If you double click on the main field here, the name remains. So in this document, Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones, it'll probably be Miss Jones. The last name of Jones will appear on every single page of this document, no matter how many pages there are, and the page number will adjust accordingly. So page 2 will say Jones 2, page 3 will say Jones 3, and so forth. Now, we need to change. The next step would be the changing of the name here. So we'll say it's going to be May Jones. Okay. Now, you're writing this for me, or using this in my class, so the professor line does not need to be changed. If, however, you are, I'll talk about that in a moment, because I'm going to suggest that you save a copy of this and use it for your humanities classes, those that use MLA style. So let's go down to the class and section line. Let's just go ahead and say, if you're in English 1001, obviously you leave this, but you will change the section. So let's say that you're in an online class, then let's say it is section 20. So we'll have English 1001 section 20. But let's say that you're in my philosophy class. Well, then you'll need to double click on English, change it to philosophy, and then change the numbering to match the number of the class. This case, philosophy 1000. Notice that I have provided a generic date. Obviously, this is Christmas, so no paper will be due at that time. So let's say that this paper is due July 1st. Let's go ahead and put 1. We'll want to double click here, change to July. And then I'm recording this in 2023. So that's what I'm going to use here. So as you can see, this now very, very easily has been formatted or changed to accommodate a different student, a particular student, in a particular class at a particular date. Fairly simple. At this point, let me make a suggestion to you. At this point, I would save this document since you have already pre-formatted it for your own needs. So you can use the document as a template for all of the papers that you write in my class. You can also use it for as the template for any document that you write in any English class and in most history classes. I don't know what they do in communication studies, probably with fine arts like art, um, like art 1440. You probably use MLA as well. At any rate, save this because you'll be using it again, not just in my class, but in other classes. Now, once you have gone through and simply saved it by, again, clicking here, clicking Save As, and then selecting a title, this would work quite nicely for you. Then let me show you, of course, how to use this material here. You will need to, of course, change the title. So let's say, um, um, that I'm writing a paper about lying. And I've titled it The Perils of Lying. Notice, by the way, that the first word, regardless of what it is capitalized. The major words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, are capitalized. The last word is always capitalized. And then really the only words that are not capitalized are articles like the and that fall after the first word and before the last, and prepositions. So of is not capitalized here. Then, of course, I've already tabbed this, so there's no need for you to create that tab, but just a reminder when you are, well, I'll remind you again, when you are creating a new paragraph, you need to hit the tab button. Always the tab button. Do not use the space button. If you've been taught how to type by someone who learned on a typewriter, then that's a different story. They've probably told you to use X number of spaces. That certainly is what I taught when I took typing in, uh, when was it, 1983? I think so. So that doesn't apply anymore. The tab is pre-formatted. That's all you need to hit. Now, you want to begin writing the essay. You want to keep the Times New Roman. You want to keep the 12-point font. All you have to do is to highlight the text, and then as you can see, period. I'm going to start a new paragraph, tab. I hit that cap lock. That's it. It's really as simple as that. So I hope that this tutorial proves helpful for you, and there are no, and everybody makes a, a full score for MLA style on all their papers in this class. If you have any questions, please make sure to contact me. If you want to send me a copy of your paper before you turn it in and say, is the MLA style good? I will tell you whether you need to make any changes or not. There is no excuse not to earn those 10 points. Okay? Good luck on your writing, and as always, I'm here to help.